Okay, so first thing we'll do is give you this tablet. Swallow. That will make all the ticks die. With this comb I had just now there. So they say that this comb is supposed to be good at removing ticks. And I don't believe it.
That's a regular house hair comb.
Ah, it work.
That's a regular house hair comb.
Yeah, but supposed to be this. I get two big one small one. Okay, so if you haven't seen the video on the channel where I'm pulling off hundreds of ticks with a thumb forceps or a tweezer, go have a look at it. I had a lot of backlash. Everyone say, oh, you should use a comb, you should use a comb. So I decided to use one of those fine comb to see. Disclaimer, there is a metal comb, but the spacing was the same with the heavy metal comb. And I used that to take out the ticks. I've used this comb. The comb was only really taking out the big ticks. Most of the small ticks stayed behind. Additionally, as I said, as I suspected, it was really sharpened. So when you take out the tick, sometimes you do damage to the tick with the comb and they didn't pull it off completely. And then you had an issue with the fur getting entangled in the comb. So I personally think the comb is much worse than the tweezer. It seemed to be faster, but definitely I don't see a great benefit to it. Maybe if it's a short-coated dog with only large ticks, maybe we'll try that when I see one. Yes, so go check out the video where I took a few hundred ticks off with a tweezer. This time there was not as many ticks, but it's a smaller dog. The comb was effective in taking off the engorged female ticks, but it left most of the males behind, and some of the small ticks that was not engorged. It also left some of the juvenile life stages behind. Another disadvantage, as you can see here, the fur gets entangled in the comb. So it sort of limits the effect of the comb. Um, Again, this is a long-coated dog. I'm going to go out there. I'm going to keep searching until I find a dog with short coat covered in ticks. Now remember, we gave her the tablet that's going to kill all the ticks. That is our first line of defense against these ticks. I'm only using the comb to remove some of the large engorged ones to help with this process. So the primary way of tick control on this dog was the tablet, was a medicated approach. The secondary way to appease her was to use this comb. What I ended up doing in the end was just take my hands and pull some of these ticks off because I kept going over and over with the comb, but a lot of the ticks were staying behind. So maybe again it could be because it's a long-coated dog. Um, you can try it. I moved the fur a little bit and still try to take it out, but it was just easier to pull it out with my hands. If I did have a tweezer at this point, I would have used the tweezer to take it out. You can see she's not very comfortable with this comb. But yeah, even there was a few on the face I took my hands and take them out because the comb is not effective in those areas. Now, is it safe? So safety wise, the Tom Fawcett would be my go-to thing of choice to take the ticks out. Time wise, the comb might be a bit faster, but it's definitely not as effective as a forceps, and it's definitely not the safest thing to use. It also can't get into all of these small areas like behind the ears and between the toes. So you be the judge. I'll probably do another video where I compare them, but I'm definitely not um excited about using the comb again. Yep, so a little background story behind this dog. The owner recently moved into this area only to find out that it was tick infested and ticks covered her dog. So yep, she called out for some help and we went there to help her out. We took out as much ticks as we could as I normally do. But yeah, the tablet's gonna work. It's gonna be in there for the next 3 months. And then she already planned the follow-ups.